Welcome to S&P Knowledge Series. In this episode, let's discuss on the topic 10 R's of Circular Supply Chain, copyright model developed by the author S.N. Panigrahi, certified PMP, authorized training partner, ATP, instructor, PMI USA, fellow Institution of Engineers, FIE, chartered engineer, certified Lean Six Sigma Black Belt, certified lead auditor ISO, IMS, corporate trainer, mentor and author, special invitee Board of Studies Symbiosis Center of Distance Learning. Let's now discuss what is circular economy. A circular economy is an economic system of closed loops in which raw materials, components and products through production and consumption follows principles of conservation, restoration and regeneration, that is doing more with the less with minimal waste as sustenance practice where the resources or materials lose their value as little as possible or use existing materials and products as long as possible and waste and residues are put back into the system as a resource. What is a circular supply chain? The circular economy integrates supply and demand within the supply chain to enhance resource efficiency. The circular supply chain is a model that encourages suppliers, manufacturers, customers, end users and all the service providers and stakeholders in the entire chain of activities, processes or systems to take concerted measures to use optimal resources, make minimum possible waste, remake of returned goods, reuse of discarded materials and recharge them for resale. Optimizing material usage through better product design and product life cycle extension using reusable or recycled material through green procurements, reusing waste materials, return policies, buyback mechanisms and reverse logistics where the waste is put back into the system as a resource etc. brings a new dimension to circular supply chain. The circular supply chain integrates reverse logistics, ensuring that products and materials are efficiently reused, refurbished, or recycled. By closing the loop, it promotes environmental sustainability and economic efficiency. Its aims is to maximize materials usage, minimize waste, and better manage residuals and returns and convert them into new products that they can feed as input resource to create saleable value once more. The 10 R's of circular supply chain include restrain or refuse, reduce, repair, reuse, replace, recycle, refurbish, recover, rubbish or rot, and renewable energy sources use. These principles collectively aim to enhance resource efficiency, reduce waste, and promote environmental stewardship. Now let's discuss each element of R1. Restrain or refuse. Restrain means to prevent from doing something or hold back from doing something, keeping it under control or within limits. Refuse means say no to unnecessary consumption. Example, government policies, regulations, guidelines that may restrain or prevent use of certain materials, measures to prevention, reduction or elimination of waste at the source or promoting the use of non-toxic or less toxic substances, and implementing conservation measures are major initiatives towards circular economy. These initiatives take momentum when social activists, NGOs enter the scene and actively involved to create awareness and bring in social movement. To live harmoniously with nature, we need to be aware of our actions, reduce consumption, and create a self-restrained society. Say no to all things you don't need, avoid creating waste in the first place. 2. Reduce. Reducing is simply using less and creating less waste. Minimize the use of raw materials and less consumption of resources. By reducing material use, we avoid the unnecessary use of resources such as materials, minerals, energy and water. It means there is less waste to manage. This is one way you can reduce your carbon footprint. So if you can't or won't completely refuse an item, first option, reducing is next best option. Don't create waste if you don't have to. 3. Repair. Repair is fixing or restoring broken items to be used. Right to repair is good for the environment instead of buying new because it reduces release or emissions of greenhouse gases that are generated during the manufacturing process. Repairing products also cuts down on waste by extending a device's lifespan and reducing how often we buy new. Examples: encouraging customers to repair rather than replace products, thus promoting a culture of sustainability. Examples include better design to reduce material use, less packaging, using low-emission vehicles, EV vehicles, adopting lean manufacturing processes, reducing water and energy use, upgrading processes to minimize waste, buying energy-efficient items, and reducing food waste. 4. Reuse. Reuse refers to using items more than once or the action of using something again and again. Reusing is also the act of taking old items that you might consider throwing away and finding a new use for them. Examples: energy-intensive industries like steel plants capture and reuse waste heat. Opportunities for wastewater reuse in other processes. Reuse of chemical drums, containers and jars. The Indian Railways reuses its retired rail tracks for building steel bridges, thus efficiently utilizing available resources and reducing waste. 5. Replace. Replace means the shift for a better alternative or other substitute products with a low environmental footprint. Replace is the use of an alternate product that is comparable and similar in functionality to the current item but is a better option from an environmental point of view. Example: the Indian government has mandated the replacement of conventional light bulbs with LED bulbs across various sectors, significantly reducing energy consumption and carbon emissions. From the use of single-use plastic packaging to switching to biodegradable or compostable packaging materials. From the use of virgin raw materials to utilizing recycled materials for production, for example, recycled aluminum and recycled PET plastics. 6. Recycle. The collection and conversion process of waste materials into usable and new materials is called recycling. Recycling involves some form of reprocessing of waste materials to produce another product. It is one of the eco-friendly methods of waste management for a sustainable conversion instead of letting it go to landfills. Current disposal methods threaten our environment and health, but with sustainable recycling, we conserve natural resources and decrease the harm we cause to the environment. Recycling means turning waste items into input which can be used again in the process. Examples: recycling of metal waste, glass cullet, plastic waste, paper recycling, etc. Recycle industrial wastewater by treating it. Processing of waste and extracting useful material from it. Modify product packaging so that it can be easily recycled. Energy recycling. Rainwater harvesting to recharge the water levels. 7. Refurbish. Refurbish means renovating, renewing, revamping or redecorating something, especially a building or a seats. Example: making a building look new again by doing renovation work such as painting, repair, and cleaning to improve its look and possibly its functionality. Urban Clap offers refurbishment services for home appliances, ensuring that products are given a new lease on life rather than being discarded. 8. Recover. This is the recovery of waste without any pre-processing. Recover refers to the practice of regaining, reclaiming from discarded goods and putting waste products to use. Examples: Bengaluru's waste management system includes recovering valuable resources like metals and plastics from municipal solid waste, which are then sold to recycling companies. 9. Rubbish or rot. This is residual management. This is the last option when waste cannot be used in any other way. Usually, this means sending rubbish to a landfill. Composting is a great alternative to throwing things in the landfill. It provides the right environment for organic materials, like food and garden waste, to be able to properly decompose. Example, Oil India, Oil, and Guwahati Municipal Corporation, GMC, have inked a Memorandum of Understanding, MoU, to collaborate on the transformation of municipal solid waste, MSW, into compressed biogas, CBG. 10. Renewable energy sources. Just like other resources, energy also lasts as long as possible in a circular supply chain. Renewable energy sources are most abundantly available and be harnessed without depletion of natural resources. Use of renewable energy greatly preserves other natural resources like fossil fuels, coal, crude oil and natural gas. Example, renewable energy sources, including solar, wind, hydropower, biomass, and geothermal, offer significant benefits such as reducing greenhouse gas emissions, minimizing pollutants, lowering electricity costs, and providing sustainable and reliable energy solutions with minimal environmental impact. The 10 R's of a circular supply chain: restrain or refuse, reduce, repair, reuse, replace, recycle, refurbish, recover or regain, rubbish or rot, and finally use of renewable energy sources aim to minimize waste, optimize resource use, and enhance sustainability by promoting efficient product life cycle management and reducing environmental impact. The 10 R's of the circular supply chain model, developed by the author S.N. Panigrahi, with practical illustrations, help the industry progressively adopt sustainable methods, contributing to environmental conservation and promoting a greener future.
Stay tuned with S&P Knowledge Series and do not forget to subscribe the channel for free to get updates on variety of topics related to project management, contract management, risk management, supply chain management, logistics, procurement, warehouse and inventory, lean practices, Six Sigma, quality, indirect taxes and commercial matters, and many more. Do you find the presentation informative and useful? If yes, then click like and also subscribe the channel for free to receive updates. Thank you. For more details, contact S.N. Panigrahi at the below contact details.